Okay, baby, we got 60 days left for this year. Some of us ain't even reached our goals. We ain't done nothing we said we was gonna do in January 2024 for whatever reason. It don't matter now. We got 60 days left. It's time to lock in. Girl, get up, because I'm gonna help you through this. All right, so let's talk about this winter arc. Just want to pause real quick and say, hey, that I'm not trying to be cool with the sunglasses. Your girl is still dealing with a concussion. Now we can continue. The winter arc is about setting goals for yourself, similar to how you would in the new year, but you would set those goals now and you would stick to them for the purpose of reinventing or bettering yourself. The winter arc is all about locking in, it's being low key, it's focusing on your goals, and then you're popping out better. It's not about outside motivation, and it's not with the expectation that anyone would notice or care. It's about locking in with you, yourself, and you, and reaching these goals. So baby, let's get started. All right, I have some tips for you to lock in. Y'all ready? Because we're gonna do this together. Baby, sit down, get you a pen and paper, because we're getting ready to lock in. All right, you got your paper, you got your pen. Okay, cool, let's do it. Tip number one, you need a clean space. A cluttered space is a cluttered mind for me. When my home is not in order, that is a reflection of my mental, physical, and emotional state. I must have a clear and clutter-free space in order to function. I cannot concentrate, think about, or do anything if my house is not in order. And while we're on this first tip, I need to be clear that it's not just about your physical space, it is also your mental and your emotional space. So, this is about guarding what you listen to, guarding what you see. It's 100% about locking in, adjusting your mindset, being mindful of what you feed yourself, because that is what you manifest in the natural. Hey guys, I know you're enjoying this video, but I needed to stop for a moment and tell you guys about the journal that I created. So I created for you a 21-day guide to healing journal. It's a daily guided journal, and it is designed to take you through the first 21 days of change, of any change, right? Whether it be mental, emotional, physical, whether this be your fitness journey or your physical healing journey. It is designed to carry you along the way. It consists of a daily task page where it's going to ask you what day you're on, what's the date, some general notes. It's always going to have the scripture Matthew 6:34 that says, "Don't worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will bring worries of its own. Today's trouble is enough for today." So it's just a guide to help you remember to take stock of how you're feeling, take stock of what's going on in today. And you can find this on Amazon. You can also find this linked in my bio on my link tree to get yourself a copy today. Happy journaling. Right? Clean and clear space all the way around. Tips to do this: if it gets too out of hand, I typically take one room at a time, or if I don't do one room at a time, I take a time frame and I get as much done as I can in that time frame for the purpose of feeling better. I'm talking about my kitchen got to be clean. It can't be no toys or nothing laying around in my living room. My bedroom definitely has to be a clutter-free space, or I don't sleep well. I need everything in order so that I'm not having something weighing on me for the next day. So I would do that. I would take one room at a time or set a time frame and knock it out. All right. Tip number two, know your why. Know why you want to lock in. It's important to know why you're locking in for the next 90 days. Motivation is fleeting, and I can guarantee you that you will have more unmotivated days than you have motivated days. So for my why, for me, it's the brain tumor. This tumor, again, it can't go with me until my 40s. That's a pretty serious why. I don't want to be blind. I don't want any additional symptoms or problems. And this could also lead to death. And who got time for that? I still got stuff to do in this world. My why is this brain tumor. It has to be gone. Okay. Big mama birthday in January. This can't go go with me to my 40s. And it's not saying that I would have gotten rid of it by then. It is to say I would have established the habits to get rid of it by then. All right. I'm locking in. That is my why, to be healthy. I have to be here to continue to feel God's purpose and to continue to be here for my children. That is my why. Tip number 3, set goals. So now that I know my why, I need to set goals. The winter arc is about establishing habits so you can reach these goals versus waiting until the new year. So with that, you choose 1 to 3 goals that you want to accomplish. I need you to remember that the key here is to make sure that your goals are realistic, that your goals are measurable, that your goals are specific, and that your goals are achievable. Now, baby, listen. Okay, I know you're trying to get your body right. All right. I know you need a flat stomach, bigger booty. Okay, I do understand this, but baby, don't you go right down. No go that you gonna go to the gym 5 days a week when you know you ain't worked out all year. Okay, don't do it. We not finna do that. All right, let's be for real. Be for real. You are not about to start out going to the gym 5 days a week after not doing nothing. We're not doing that. We need a realistic goal. 2 to 3 times a week will suffice. Okay. You heard it here first. I want you to know that this does not have to be an all or nothing mindset. I'm just using the gym as an example. You do not have to start out going 5 to 7 days per week. I do not recommend that. You here for a long time, not just a good time, okay? So we want to be realistic with our goals. Some things to consider when creating your goals is your lifestyle. Do you work? Are you also in school? Do you also have kids? Are you a single mom? Do you have community? You got a husband? What you got going on in your life? This is the time to consider the things that you have going on when you are making your goals so that you can also consider how to set yourself up for success. And that brings me to point number 4. What you doing? Guys, I only did this look for the video for you. That's it. My hair wasn't combed like hers. And when I finish, I'm going to go back to that. Just so you know. All right, while my honeybee is looking for a snack, I'm going to continue. So tip number 4, work the goal, baby. So you're going to start by brainstorming how you're going to implement the goal. What is it going to look like throughout your day? If it's the gym, when can you go? If it's self-care, what time of day are you alone? When can you go get your nails done? When are you going to do your face routine? All the things. It's important to be kind of fluid or a little bit relaxed in these goals. You want to try out different things. Be open to changing the time of day that you do things or the day itself that you do things. You want to leave yourself space to pivot if something is not working out. This is a trial and error for a lot of us. We have not done anything towards our goals all year, so we're starting from zero. So give yourself grace. Just don't grace yourself into doing nothing. Okay, so what you want to do is leave that space for the ebbs and flows of life and don't let this turn into an excuse. Okay, my next tip number 5. You need a nighttime routine. Now, for all my soft girl era ladies, romanticize your space, do your face routine, do your bubble bath, do all the things. I need that for you, right? But honey, this ain't that. All right. This is just more of a practical way to set yourself up for success for the next day. Now listen, you deserve your soft girl night routine, okay? I'm not saying that. But I don't have that yet, so I can't even advise you on nothing of the sorts. I'm just describing to you what's going to set you up for the next day. Very practical, very mindful, very not soft girl. Set yourself up the night before. Some things that work for me. I need to straighten up my space before I go to bed. I have to have my clothes next to my bed, or otherwise I'm not going to get up and do what I need to do. I like to work out in the morning because it pumps me up. Like I'm hyped. So working out in the evening or at night does not work for me because then I won't sleep. So in order for me to get up and get out of my warm bed into the cold air, I got to sit up and my stuff be right there. And that's just me. Otherwise, I'm not getting out my bed, going to the closet to get my stuff. And it's cold. I'm just not going to do it. And granted, it's all right there in the same room. So I'm just not doing it. Okay. I am not a person who can set my alarm and put it way across the room because it's going to go off while I lay there. I'm not getting up. I'm just not doing it. That don't work for me. My alarm's going to be on the nightstand right next to the bed. My clothes are going to be right there on the floor, right next to the bed. That is how I prep. School clothes for the kids. Make sure they, have them do it with you. Pick out their clothes the night before. Know what you're going to eat the next day. Set yourself up for success. One of the things that I have to do is that I have done is change my diet. But in order for me to be successful, I need to have food on hand. Someone said, hey, Chiquita, why don't you meal prep? Not so much. Meal prep for me is leftovers, guys. It ain't that deep. I am not going to stand at nobody's stove on a Sunday and prepare 3 meals for the week. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. For all week, not going to do it. That's not my thing. Now, have I prepped before? Sure. Was it for like 2 days at a time? Yeah. After 2 days, I don't want what's sitting in the refrigerator no more. Just going to be honest. So what do I do when I cook? Leftovers. I'm from the leftover ministry. I grew up on leftovers. That is what I'm eating the next day. Meal prep done. Next tip, have yourself a morning routine. I come from the ministry of I get up at the very last second. Okay? Very last second. I will snooze 15 times before I get out the bed. And then I be pissed off because now I'm rushing. Now I know what time I need to leave before the traffic hit and make me late. Then I'm mad because Bree ain't moving quick enough because I don't woke her up late. I'm in a tizzy. I'm anxious. I'm frustrated. I'm a little aggravated. Traffic stressing me out. We can't do that no more. We got to stop that today. I want you to get up on time. We not snoozing. Okay? We not going to snooze. We're going to get up. You going to have you something to drink, some water, some tea, your coffee, whatever your thing is. Let's get to it. We're going to breathe. Okay? If you got kids, don't wake them kids up yet. Give yourself a few minutes, honey. Okay, get your skincare glow on before you go to work. All right, get you some quiet, get you some Bible. All right, talk to the Lord before anybody wake up. Talk to the Lord. Get your time in with him. Do your thing. Take your time to get dressed, baby, because look, I need some zen in the morning, some peace. All right, I don't want to be rushing. Have yourself a morning routine, whatever that looks like for you. So for me, my morning routine looks like getting up when my alarm goes off, getting my gym clothes on, going into the bathroom to wash my face, brush my teeth. Not too sure if I'm going to do my skincare routine at that point because I'm going to do the gym shortly after. So after I brush my teeth, wash my face, all the things, I'm going to sit down, have my devotional time, my Bible study time, prayer time, whatever that looks like, journal time. Then I'm going to go work out because I need my quiet time, because I need my space, especially because I homeschool my little one. I don't have a break from her. So I have to get up early. I have to set my alarm early. I need 3 or 4 hours before she gets up in the morning to have myself some time for me. And that is something that I have never done. I can feel it. I can feel it in my body. But that is what my morning routine is going to look like. But in order for me to be successful in that routine, what do I need? My alarm next to me and my clothes next to me when I wake up in the morning. Whatever it is, I'm going to prep it to set me up for success for the next day. If it's not on hand for me to go ahead and get to, I'm just not going to do it. And I know that I'm set up and wired that way. Tip number 7, the last tip for you is just to go through the week, evaluate how you did, rinse it and repeat it. Again, this is trial and error. This does not have to be perfection. You see how things went, adjust accordingly. So some things you want to ask yourself is, what happened? Why did it happen? What do I do to fix it? And you implement those things in the next week. It's understanding that this isn't perfection. This is about building consistency. This is about building habit. This is about becoming a better version of yourself. And I don't want you guys to wait until the new year to do this because we all set a new year resolution. We're fired up for the first week. Maybe the second week, then we done. I need you guys to understand that you may lose it. You may lose that motivation. Your consistency and your habits is what's going to keep you moving forward. And before I go, I just want to talk to the moms real quick. It doesn't matter if you have littles or if your children are adults. Some of us experience mom guilt to the point where you don't put yourself first, to the point where you feel guilty about locking in, you feel guilty about buying yourself something, or you feel guilty about creating this space that's just for you. Baby, listen, we're not taking that into 2025. You understand? You understand? We're not taking that with us. One thing that I have learned about the situation that I've been in throughout this year, car accident, concussion, sprained ankle, brain tumor, all the things, we only get one shot on this side of the earth. I am not going to be miserable. I am not going another day without taking care of myself, loving on myself. I'm not going to do it. I have started to implement boundaries within my home. For those of you who don't know, I have a 19-year-old and a 5-year-old. And honey, do you know both of them will still bust in on me in the bathroom? And we're not doing it. We're not taking that into 2025. Do I love my baby? Sure. Am I mean about it? No. But one thing I will do is protect my space. So if I need a minute, I'll say, hey, can you let mama use the bathroom? And I'll be out there in a second, just because I'm trying to implement boundaries within my own personal space. Was I called to be a mom? Yes. Does that mean I have to lose myself? No. So I just wanted to make that very clear. Like, we aren't taking guilt into 2025. We are going to take care of ourselves. And these are my tips to do just that. Oh, baby, hold on. I almost forgot to leave y'all with the scripture of the week. So if you follow my socials, if not, why? Why aren't you? You should follow me there. That is where I post the scripture of the week on my stories. And this week's scripture is from Philippians chapter 1, verse 6. And it states, being confident of this very thing, that he who has begun a good work in you will complete it until the day of Jesus Christ. And I thought this verse was so perfect as we get started on this winter arc. God will complete this good thing. All right. So, something that I want you to remember as you walk this scripture out this week is that the zeal will fade, right? And when that zeal fades, you keep going. And so I hope that encourages you this week. Please let that sizzle in your spirit. All right. I love y'all. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can see when I post the next video. We are officially in our winter arc. Ow! Let's go.